one of the reasons I was able to get done in 4 years. And I had to work very hard to get done in 4 years. But just, that story might come up later again. And it's not because I forgot I told you it. I might just utilize that as another
Well, I asked
example.
them this research and asked the statistic of each school they're looking into, what percentage of your kids graduate in 4 years? That's a really important percentage to look at.
Yeah.
Because if it's a really low number, right, and it take 5 years, you gotta add that into the cost comparison.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. A couple of other things that you want to consider, which is segues into what we were just talking about, is the graduation rates and how many students graduate from that college or school. Job placement rates. Universities have job placement career centers that are there to assist you. Now, they might not be able to give you as much support as you'd like because there's thousands and thousands and thousands of students on campus, but utilize that. They say sometimes have employers on site. They get all the recent job postings, something to be aware of. The average indebtedness that most students at the school incur. Something we want to keep in mind, right? Do you guys know what indebtedness is? That's a big word. Anyone want to take a stab at it?
How much debt do you have?
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what are their graduates average leaving with the amount they borrowed? They're leaving with 30,000 in debt, 10,000 in debt, 50,000. That would be a big number for you guys to know, right?
A good goal for comparing schools is to maximize your school experience and minimize the cost. Right? Makes sense. Okay. Any questions on this? You all with me yet? I haven't terrified you yet? All right, the next graphic here, slide, there's a lot going on here. The reason is, this is a website, College Navigator, and it provides information about nearly 7,000 colleges and career schools. It contains searchable data to assist you and your parents in the school selection process. Cost and graduation rates are very important things to consider, but there's other variables like program of study, number of students enrolled, housing, just a few, right? The website will allow you to search for schools by location, degree type and length, cost, program of study, and entrance requirements. As you all know, you have to apply these requirements to get into college. You may also combine multiple elements to refine your search. So this is a screenshot of the website, but you can go in there and on the side, you're selecting your state, and what you're looking for, and then there's a bunch of other resources. And this is also a government website, so collegenavigator.ed.edu.gov. That's why it's a government website. So hopefully you all take a look at that.
Collegenavigator.gov. That's it?
.ed.gov.
Okay.
Yeah. It might still show up with the gov, I'm not sure. Budgeting and borrowing, net price calculator. Great thing is there's all these excellent resources on the internet to help you. And the net price calculator is a big deal. So we're going to talk about this, just a couple slides regarding this. They're available on school websites, and the U.S. Department of Education offers this specific page here so you can explore the net price at different schools. The reason this tool exists is to provide an estimated net price information for current and prospective students, you guys are prospective, and your families, their parents are assisting you in this. This is based on what similar students experienced in the previous year. Okay, so this is data based on the previous year. The important thing to keep in mind is it could increase by the time you attend school, right? Tuition rates rise every year, but this still gives you a good idea. It's not going to go up, suddenly you're paying $100,000 more. It's not going to do that. it could go up a couple of $100, maybe even $1,000. So something to keep in mind. It allows you to enter basic information about your household size and income. You guys know that that's how they, determine financial aid and things like that, is based upon family income. That will come up in the next actual presentation, Financing College, or more of that will be introduced. With this info, it generates an estimate of what it will cost to attend the school after taking into account estimated grants and scholarship aid. Okay? So taking into account after those things have been applied. Don't shy away from schools because of their sticker price. All right? Base your decision on the net price after your financial aid is subtracted from the cost of attendance, and that could also mean scholarships. Other important things to be thinking about. The net calculator will help you better determine what your out-of-pocket cost will be. So what you will be paying for. Does that make sense? We have more slides to talk about. Can you go to a question? Nope. Okay.
I would like to tell schools the example of this is they don't want to apply to a private school because they see a huge price, but actually sometimes it's cheaper because they did more financial.
Exactly.
They still do the math.
Yeah, well, there's a really good chart. I think it's Willamette University is what we have as the example that's going to show that. So yeah, those are like, you look at, you want to go to Harvard and you're like, oh my gosh, it's so expensive. But often those schools are reducing the price. They're not reducing the price. You're just going to get a lot more financial aid and scholarships. And there's, there are alumni and folks in the community that help to support students to get to those colleges. Years ago, there was an article saying that many of the students that attend Harvard don't pay anything because they're all there on scholarships and grants and everything else. That's some old info, so Google that if you want the accuracy on it. All right, I want to show you the next slide, which is the example of the U of O. Some of you, that's where you're going, that's where you're thinking about going, their net price calculator. Every college is required to offer this. Every college, not just public universities, not just private. Every college is required to provide this. Okay? So if you go to your college of choice or where you're thinking of going, you should be able to find the net price calculator. All right? More information and find a link to each school's net price calculator is right here. You need a fancy thing.
Can you read it? So it's in yellow.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know. I'm just going to put that in red or something. So it's ncs.ed.gov/IPEDS/resource/net price calculator.
It's NCES,
And what did I say?
and you said NCS.
NCES.
I
Yeah.
was thinking of CIS or something.
Yeah.
NCES.
.ed.gov/IPEDS/resource/net price calculator.
Yeah. .asp.
Oh, .asp.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm never sure if all of that is important to find it. That's why I love Google.
So then they just plug in their school and they go through the steps.
Yes,
Good
absolutely.
one, you guys.
Or you can go to that each specific college, university. Like I
And
said,
they
they
have to
have to
have
have it. They have to have it. So this is your guide, the net price calculator, and then early financial planning for college. It's going to provide that estimate of federal, state, institutional aid eligibility. The estimates are based on the 2011-2012 academic year, but of course, that's probably been updated by now. But remember, it's usually the previous year that info is there. So let's talk. I know this is going to be super tiny. Like I said, we can provide you the PowerPoint slides so you guys can take these home and you talk to parents about this or regarding them. So sticker price versus net price. You know what we did talk about? We talked about the net price calculator, but what does net mean? What does net mean?
After deductions.
left over. Okay, right, thank you, sorry, remember I'm old. So, it's the same thing when it comes to like income taxes, it's what you actually take home, right, you net after taxes. Sticker price is the initial, it's like you go to buy something, there's sticker price, but then it's on sale or clearance. Because I never look at the sticker price unless it has a clearance or sale tag on it. That's how you save money, right? So anyway, and I'll read this out to you because again, it's very small, but this is for U of O. Those of you going to U of O, pay attention. Well, everyone pay attention, please. But first, let's take a look at the sticker price. Tuition and fees. This column here is residents. This column is non-residents. You all being residents, we'll focus on that. But keep in mind, if you're a non-resident, I want to point a couple things out. So if you choose to go to college outside of the state of Oregon, you would be considered a non-resident. Tuition and fees for a resident are about $10,000. Okay? For a non-resident, it is about $30,000. That's crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy. On-campus housing stays the same, which floors me. $10,722 just for housing on campus. Books and supplies, a little over $1,000. I can say with certainty that has gone up. Personal expenses, so, you know, whatever you're spending stuff on, right? About $2,500. The estimated total, resident student, $23,904.
Cha-ching.
Non-resident, $43,875.
Anemone.
Ouch. Was anyone thinking about going to school outside the state? Are you thinking that now? No, I didn't apply there. Okay. So again, not, it is absolutely possible, okay? But just something to keep in mind. Some options, things you could do. If there is a school out of state that you absolutely want to attend, you could go obtain residency in that state. For 1 year, you have to live and work for 1 year, and then you get residency, okay? Now, that's something I encourage you to do more research on. That wasn't something I
Yeah,
did.
not all of them are that easy. Like
Yeah.
Oregon's almost never gives it to people that even
Really?
do that. Yeah, I have lots of people whose kids have tried it, and it takes some years. It's not just one. But my kids got it in one in California.
Okay,
So we looked up exactly what they needed to do and did it.
okay.
So.
Good to
it's-
know.
And Washington's really hard to get changed over to. Once you show that your transcripts from Oregon, they don't really want to work with you. So.
Hopefully that's something that works itself
Yeah.
out, because it was something I looked into many years ago. I thought about moving back to the Midwest where I'm from, and I would have to reestablish residency for a year. There it's a year. So, depends where you want to go. But this is huge. I mean, that's crazy. Something to keep in mind. What I find more astonishing probably is this, and the reason for that is one of the 3 colleges I went to. The first year, I did live on campus, so housing was a huge cost. After that, my roommates became my parents. I moved back home. So, I didn't have to pay that. I bought dinner once in a while and helped out that way. All right, so that's sticker price. Let's take a look over here at net price. Again, this is tiny, so I'm gonna do my best to summarize all this information. This is what you'll actually pay. Your estimated tuition and fees, $9,873. Room and board, over 10. Books and supplies, the same thing, and other expenses. So I guess I didn't have to summarize that because you guys already knew. It was about $24,000. But then when you go down here, this is the important stuff. I just like writing. your estimated grants and scholarships. So you get federal grants, okay? It's easier for me to even see up here. About $2,700, federal grants. State grants, about $2,000. College grants and scholarships, a little over $5,000. That brings your total down to $9,873. Or, I'm sorry, not your total, but we're doing math here, right? This minus this equals
Those 9,700 are getting off.
$9,873.
Uh-huh.
So
So
subtracting that
Yep,
from the $24,075,
so they're down at
14,202.
14,202.
That's pretty nice,
A
huh?
little over 1,000 a month.
Yeah, that's a big help. So again, this slide I spent a lot of time on because I want to make that really clear so you understand what residents versus non-residents, and then that net where you reduce the amount based upon those scholarships and grants, etc. Any questions
And
on
then you
that?
got the Tiger High $10,000 a year one. Oh, 10,000, oh, I paid $4,000.
Someone tell me about this Tiger
Yeah,
High thing.
well, we got lots of money sitting in a big pile over there, we can't get kids to fill out applications for it, but you know that takes time. That takes effort.
Oh my God.
So some of them go on planes, and it drives me nuts.
So there's a pile of money.
There's more than $1 million right in the room right over there. Like, and I tell kids all the time, if I told you there's more than $1 million on campus, would anybody be interested in it? They're kind of like, what? Now, I know this group is completely different.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So this is my smartest of the smarts right here, so I'm sure when the assembly in June comes, and they bring all the seniors up who get money, I know
All
I'm
of
gonna be
them.
seeing these people.
Right.
They know I mean business. You better be filling out scholarships, people.
There's a lot of unclaimed money locally
Right here,
and just generally.
nationally too.
Yeah. So apply. Those were things. I did get some scholarships, but had I known there were all these random ones out there.
Right. Like left-handed, or
Yeah.
having a big toe bigger than your other toes, or
Seriously.
being red, having red hair,
Yeah.
having different color eyes. I'm telling the truth, there's scholarships
Yeah.
for that. Anybody have different color eyes? For being tall, for being short?
And the thing with those scholarships too, or with any scholarship, is if no one applies for it, and then someone applies that it doesn't pertain. Maybe they don't have two different color eyes, they have blue eyes or green eyes, but they're the only person who applies for that scholarship, they're going to get the money. Unless there's some restrictions on that, but the fact is they're going to get that money. So you might get money for something that doesn't even apply to you, but no one else has gone for it. Think about it. Doesn't get much better than that.
Exactly.
Or that. It's fine, people. Take it. Obviously gotta apply, but get it. All right. Any questions? I want to go through one quick example here of the net price calculator. So let's say, for instance, your parents make $50,000 annually. You're one of two children and the only one who will be in college next year. Taxable income is $22,200 and taxes $2,888. The next few slides, I'm setting you up for the next few slides with this, okay? Again, tiny, but I'll explain this stuff the best I can here. Net price calculator example, so we have Portland Community College. Raise your hand, those of you that said Portland Community College. Excellent. University of
Boo,
Oregon.
Raise your hand.
Raise your
Boo.
hand. Anybody